Now, as you all requested, in this video I'll be giving you a head-to-head comparison between the Xiaomi Mi 90 Pro and also the Xiaomi Mi 90, also known as the Redmi K20 and the K20 Pro in China, to help you make that purchase decision, so keep watching. Hey, what's up guys, Adam Lobo here and you're watching Adam Lobo TV. If you guys are new, hello and welcome. Do consider subscribing to my channel as I release videos at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. And if you're returning as a subscriber, welcome back friends, and let's
get ready to rumble!
Now the purpose of this video is to give you a head-to-head comparison for you to know whether or not the extra 400 ringgit is worth getting over the Pro version against the non-Pro version, in case you guys are choosing between the two. So let's get started. Now, as you guys would already guessed during my first impressions video and the full video review, that the design and build is exactly the same. And just for the sake of comparison, the Mi 90 Pro that I am comparing is the one in carbon black. And just like the other glacier blue and the flame red color, there's a nice red color button also at the side. And then there's a new pearl white color here in Malaysia too. So yes, the dimensions and the build and the weight is exactly the same for both of the phones. Now both displays has the same 6.39 inches, which is a Super AMOLED screen. So yes, you will get a great looking screen with the same resolution of 1080 by 2340 pixels and a Gorilla Glass 5 protection. And yes, navigating and consuming videos was just amazing without a notch present and a flat screen design. Now as for both of the phone's cameras, they have the same megapixel count for all of the lenses, and the only technical differences is that the Pro variant comes with a Sony IMX586 sensor for their main 48 megapixel f1.8 aperture lens, and the non-Pro version comes with the Sony IMX582 sensor. And then the other lenses are the same, which is the 8 megapixel 53mm telephoto f2.4 aperture lens and a 13 megapixel f2.4 aperture 12mm ultra wide angle lens. So the question is there a difference between both of the phone's camera sensor? Guess what? There isn't. So looking at the picture quality for the 48 megapixel photos, again I would just recommend for you to use the regular mode to save space on the phone. So I would just use this mode only if I really need to zoom in post. Now I usually take photos of the skies to test the dynamic range for the phone's camera, but due to its super hazy situation here in KL, I could not do so. So in the pictures the skies do look overexposed, but just so you guys know that it wasn't overexposed. And looking at the pictures taken for all of the lenses, it still remains the same with great overall image quality, like what I've done in my review of the Xiaomi Mi 90. Then as for the portrait mode, I personally still prefer using the Gcam app as it looks nicer for portrait mode shots. But in the regular app, there is an option to use the other lenses, not like the Gcam app. So just play around between both apps and see which one suits you the best. Then as for the night shots, it still looked great as it is one of my personal favorite night mode on the Xiaomi phones, and it did not disappoint as it looked really nice. Now looking at the phone's front camera, both has the same pop-up camera in front where it has a quite big 20 megapixel f2.2 aperture. Now in my personal opinion, I still like the not so extra exposed images for the Gcam app, as I still prefer that background blur compared to the regular app, but both still looks great, so it's totally up to you. Now as for the phone's video, both phones are able to record UHD, but I did find the Pro variant could go up to 4K 60 frames per second, where it was not present in the non-Pro version, so keep that in mind. Now video quality again for both phones were the same, as they had great video recording at UHD 4K and the image stabilization is great for the rear camera. Then as for the front camera, it records up to 1080p up to 30 frames per second, where the image stabilization was decent, not the best compared to other phones that I've tested, but you can use it still for vlogs and Instagram stories. And speaking of vlog, let's check out the audio recording capabilities for both phones. Alright, so this is an audio test on the Xiaomi Mi 90 Pro, so let's see how it sounds. And now this is the sound test for the Xiaomi Mi 90 non-Pro version. Sounds the same, right? Now speaking of audio, both of the phones have a mono firing speaker. Now since there's no difference in build quality and size, the sound is the same with great loudness and decent clarity, and here's a quick sound test.
a stranger, out of sight, out of mind, no wanting to surrender.
Now as for the phone's battery, both phones comes with a 4000 mAh of battery, but the Pro variant has a faster battery charge of 27 watt, but you will get the 18 watt adapter in the Mi 90 Pro's box, where you will need to get the 27 watt adapter separately if you really need it, where for me the 18 watt adapter was perfectly fine. So the non-Pro variant gave me 5 hours and 46 minutes of screen on time, and the Pro variant, to my surprise, gave me 29 minutes less at 5 hours and 17 minutes of screen on time. Not sure why, but that was my average test. Now as for software, both phones run smoothly without any issues, and I've mentioned before that the MIUI 10 is getting better as time progresses, but the main difference between both of the phones is of course the insides of the phone, where the chipset for the GPU and the Pro variant comes with the Snapdragon 855 chipset with the Adreno 640, and the non-Pro variant comes with the Snapdragon 730 with the Adreno 618. Now in terms of navigating, I've noticed there's just a tiny difference between the fingerprint sensor speed for the Pro variant, but other than that, I didn't find any difference when it comes to multitasking and navigating during my daily usage. But when it comes to gaming, if you guys are looking to game on the device, I did see quite a difference in quality and the overall gaming experience for the Pro variant, as the Pro variant has a better cooling GPU, where there were no heating issues when I played game for quite a while on the Pro variant, where it did get just a bit warm on the non-Pro variant. So if you're the kind of person who plays games a lot, I think that the Pro variant would be a better choice. And last but not least, let's look at the phone's price and value. Now the basic variant of the Xiaomi Mi 90 is priced at 1199 ringgit for the 6 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage variant. And the Xiaomi Mi 90 Pro is priced at 1599 ringgit, also for the 6 gigs of RAM with 64 gigs of storage. Alright guys, with this comparison, do let me know which phone that you guys would choose, the Xiaomi Mi 90 or the Pro variant. Give me your vote at the comment section below. Now if you guys want to see a detailed review of the Xiaomi Mi 90, I will link it down below as well, together with the detailed spec comparison between both of the phones. Now aside from that, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, be sure to give this video a nice big thumbs up. Like, share and subscribe to Adam Lobo TV if you haven't done so. Don't forget to hit the bell icon just next to it to get notified for my future videos. Thank you so much for watching. This is Adam Lobo, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.